Youngest Club, I'm not on Yu-Gi-Oh! Master. I'm actually going to be showing you videos I saved where I recorded replays from, the match history or my replays, and then I ran out of room, so I had to delete them, but I recorded them before deleting them. And yeah, so keep in mind that these duels are from the last season before this one, so there's not going to be, Blackluster Soldier, Legendary Swordsman, and stuff like that. It's just before that. I just thought I'd show these duels because I had them saved and I just kept forgetting. Well, I mean, I did forget, but also I just didn't have time to sort of talk over them and stuff like that. But I thought I'd do it now. So I summoned the Dark Magicians, then I used Dark Magical Circle. And just saying all this Dark Magician stuff kind of makes me miss Dark Magician because I've been using Blue Eyes, Chaos Max Dragon, and Blackluster Soldier Legendary Swordsman recently. Not really Dark Magician. So yeah, just seeing all of this kind of makes me miss Dark Magician. I usually don't throw Maxi if my opponent's running those kind of sleeves and icon because it's pretty much, it could be Labyrinth, which yeah it was. So Maxi was a little oof to use, but people have been using Kashtira, so you can't really trust. You just have to throw Maxi sometimes, even if it looks like your opponent's not using Kashtira. But yeah, I used it here anyway. I mean, there's that Labyrinth monster now that special summons from the hand. Anyway, I banished Torrential Tribute, but yeah, I guess Maxi wasn't the craziest thing. Anyway, here I was actually getting very annoyed because I just kept drawing the same cards. I remember I was getting so frustrated. So he's Dark Magical Circle, and my opponent had another Torrential Tribute. I'm like, alright. And then my opponent used that as well, and I was like, okay. Sure, that's fine. So nothing gets destroyed now, cool. So I summoned Magician's Rod. Then my opponent did that, which was annoying. But I wasn't too annoyed by it. My opponent summoned that Labyrinth monster instead of the other one, so I was like, oh, I win then, cool. So here I Synchro summoned into Chaos Angel. And then I banished that face down, which was, that trap card, Dimensional Barrier. I can't check the match history because, this is footage and not an actual replay on Master Duel, just recorded from it. So here I link summoned into Dark. And then I was like, I'm not going to let you get away evenly matched. Hell no. So I was pretty much like, I win. I'm just going to destroy you right now. So I summoned Celine. And then I basically summoned Dark Magician. Then I turned Dark Magician into I'm Dark. Well, Link summoned into I'm Dark. Turned Dark Magician into this. And then, yeah, I summoned Accesscode Talker. I can't skip this. And then I destroyed my opponent's monster after I used that effect. And also the face down. Then here, I believe I used, Eternal Soul to summon Dark Magician. And then I used Soul Servant to put Timaeus at the top of my deck. And then I summoned Timaeus by getting rid of Magician's Souls. And then I Fusion summoned into the Dark Magicians because now my spells and traps are protected, which is really nice. And also Dark Magician the Dragon Knight because of Eternal Soul. So I attacked and attacked. I remember getting so annoyed in that duel because I was just drawing the same shit the whole time. Pretty sure I haven't talked over these duels before. I'm 90% sure I haven't recorded these duels before. I'll double check after I've already finished recording this, but I'm pretty sure I haven't, to be honest. Because it says in this one I didn't record the microphone. So that means I just recorded the replays. So there's a good chance that, I didn't already talk about these replays right here. So I used Magician Salvation to get Eternal Soul. Then I got rid of it to summon Timaeus. And then I went into Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. Wow, I missed Dark Magician. Really miss Dark Magician. And I link summoned into Artemis, just so I can get Magician's Rod back to my hand. So here I used Eternal Soul, and then I used Magician's Rod effect to get rid of Artemis, sorry, Selene Artemis. Being a little card cyst right now, I do apologize. So my opponent's using Tearlaments. Oh my god, this is before the Forbidden and Limited List update. I don't really run into Tearlaments anymore, which is very nice. I do sometimes, like once in a huge while, but my god, I'm so glad I don't see him anymore. I'm so glad they got hit hard, and Branded Fusion. So that was my opponent using Tearlaments and Branded. Like, what the fuck? Okay. Sure. So my opponent summoned that. And then, you know, use that effect to summon Mirror Jade, I think. Then my opponent did that, and it's just so many things, man. It's just so many things. So my opponent summoned El Shaddol and Mirror Jade. But El Shaddol, really? I was just like, okay. Well, now I get to do this. If you had Called by the Grave, I kind of get it. But I don't know what the hell that was, but alright. Just a lot of weird duelists lately. It's this replay. Yep, just starting with the same cards most of the time. It's funny, I only run one Eternal Soul now. I run Magician Salvation and Eternal Soul. I used to run 2 Eternal Soul and Magician Salvation. And now sometimes I'm just running Magician Salvation. Like, I'll start with it, I'll start with Magician Salvation. And I'll also start with Eternal Soul. And it's like, come on, man. That's just my luck. But it didn't happen here, luckily. So I summoned Dark Magician the Dragon Knight again, which was really nice because I just love that fusion so much. So my opponent's using Bestial. I guess my opponent thought I was special summoning Dark Magician, but really I was just activating Eternal Soul. So here I used Gozen, just so I can stop my opponent from playing like other tributes, besides Dark. Then my opponent banished Timaeus. Then my opponent used that effect and link summoned into Predator Plant. Yep. Very annoying. Then yeah, Branded. Yeah, there was a lot of Branded players before the Forbidden and Limited List update. Don't see Branded as much. I mean, sometimes I do, but if you negate like your opponent getting Branded Fusion, they just leave because they can only have like one copy now. So yeah, and then my opponent got that from their deck to their hand. I have no idea why, but sure. So yeah, Mirror Jade's effect didn't do shit to Dark Magician the Dragon Knight because just protected by Eternal Soul. So I use Magician Souls to send Dark Magician from my deck to the graveyard. Then I got rid of that trap card just so I can draw a card, but my opponent used Ash Blossom. So yeah, that didn't go through, unfortunately. So I link summoned here into Artemis. Again, I almost said Selene. Then I attacked on purpose. Then I attacked again. Then my opponent finally used that spell card. And then fusion summoned into that fusion. I guess because it has high attack, which yeah, it does. It has a lot of attack. So here I summoned Dark Magician. And then I link summoned into Dark. And then I used my effect to summon that dragon. And my opponent used Super Polymerization and decided to fuse those 2 monsters instead of Dark. So I was like, alright. That's fine, I guess. Anyway, my opponent summoned Fallen of Elbaz, very fair and balanced. And, summoned Mirror Jade. Sure. So here I waited, and then my opponent went to attack. I was like, alright, that's fine. And then I summoned Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. Then my opponent tried getting rid of Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. but it's like Eternal Soul is protecting it. Then my opponent summoned that to get that. You know, just Branded has a lot of level 4 monsters that just get you branded cards. It's so ridiculous, man. Blue Eyes doesn't even have one. Anyway, I summoned Kashtira. Used my effect to get another Kashtira just to bait my opponent if my opponent had like Ash Blossom or something. So I banished that fusion and then I attacked. I banished that fusion so my opponent doesn't draw a card. Then I used Eternal Soul to special summon Dark Magician and Dragon Knight. Then I attacked. And then I ended my turn. And then here, my opponent left. Man, I miss Dark Magician. I miss using Dark Magician so much. Oh, I'm gonna have to use Dark Magician soon. Oh, I love Skill Drain. Best trap card. Best trap card, for real. For real, for real. That's how Twitter fucks talk, you know how it is. For real, no cap, blah blah blah. So I used Magician's Rod, and my opponent used Infinite Permanence. Which is okay, I guess, because, you know, your Infinite Permanence only stops my one monster. That's fine. I'm going to be using Skill Drain, which stops every monster, so enjoy that Infinite Permanence while you can. Because watch this. Just watch this. Do 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 do. Doop do. Ah no, the moon doesn't shine. Do 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 do. I miss Adventure 2. So my opponent played that. Tearlaments, what a surprise. Shocker. Oh my god. Was not expecting that. So my opponent went to get rid of Eternal Soul. So I think I used it on purpose. For fun, I guess. I don't know. I just used it for fun. It gets shuffled back, so that's why it doesn't destroy my monsters, because it's not face up to activate the effect. So here I used Skill Drain, and then I used Rivalry, just so my opponent can only control psychic monsters. And then I negated the effect as well, which was really nice. So I got a Lure of Darkness, and I decided to use it because Magician's Rod is just a dead card right now. Got Timaeus, which was literally... Here was very risky to play Secret Village of the Spellcasters, but my opponent only has one card in their hand, so why not? Because now my opponent can't play spell cards unless they have a Spellcaster monster or destroy my Dark Magician. My opponent couldn't use that effect. Went to defense position, which was really nice. That sounded very sexual. So I got Magician's Rod, so I summoned it. And now I feel a bit more confident with Secret Village of the Spellcasters, because now I have 2 Spellcasters, and I don't think my opponent can get over 2,500 attack. Unless my opponent has that other like the other Kashtira monsters. But I'm pretty sure my opponent's just using like Tearlaments with Kashtira Fenrir only as like the Kashtira monsters. So I summoned another Magician's Rod, I attacked, and then I attacked and attacked. And yeah, I feel more confident now, especially with you know, Illusion of Chaos in my hand and 3 Spellcasters on the field. And then my opponent left. Alright, so what happens in this one? I forgot. I don't think I use the Lure of Darkness anymore. Because I don't know, sometimes wasn't helpful. I don't know. I mean... yeah, just sometimes you don't get a dark monster and your whole hand gets banished. I don't know why I got rid of their Chameleon one. Did I have a plan? I don't know. I think I got rid of their Chameleon one because I didn't want to get rid of Maxi and also Illusion of Chaos, because yeah, I didn't draw a dark monster, so I had to get rid of Illusion of Chaos. Didn't want my hand getting banished. So I guess that's why I got rid of their Chameleon one. But anyway, all worked out, because now I can just summon the GOAT, Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. So I summoned Dark Magician and Dragon Knight, and then I set down Gozen. Then I link summoned into Artemis. I link summoned into Luna. Any Sailor Moon fans? Yes? No? Let me know. Used Eternal Soul, and then I used Maxi, because why not? Does my opponent use Blue Eyes here because of the sleeves? I'm trying to remember. Maybe not. I don't think so. Or maybe because of... maybe? I don't know. So here my opponent summoned that and goes and just screwed them, because now my opponent can only control light monsters. If only my opponent went into attack position with that monster instead of defense, because now it's just like, well, you can only use light monsters now. And yeah. And then my opponent's doing all of this Thunder Dragon stuff. Blah, blah, blah. You know how it is, Thunder Dragon stuff. And my opponent used the grass. That grass looks greener. The grass looks green. I forgot the name, but something like that. The grass is Ligma, something like that. Then my opponent tried targeting Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, even though Eternal Soul is on the field. But alright, sure. But I guess my opponent can Link Summon now or do something. But my opponent's actually getting around this, which is crazy. Then my opponent played that fusion spell. It's going to, yeah, Thunder Dragon Titan. And then my opponent activated Thunder Dragon again. And my opponent did that as well. Can destroy one card on the field. And it's like, brah, again, Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. Read. read. Then my opponent got that. Then my opponent went to attack Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. So I quickly summoned Dark Magician the Dragon Knight before, you know, went to the main phase 2. And then here I got Secret of Dark Magic, which was really nice. And then with Magician's Rod I got Dark Magical Circle. And then I summoned Dark Magician to banish that fusion. And then my opponent left. What a wacky duel. Oh, apparently this is the last replay. Alright, going to end it here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!